Okay, let's talk about a revolution happening right now in one of the world's biggest industries. I'm talking about real estate. And the goal here, it's not just about making things a little bit faster. It's about getting rid of the busy work for good, all thanks to a brand new wave of AI.
So, what's the end game with all of this? Look, it's not just about efficiency. The real promise of this tech is to bring the soul back into the industry. To free up agents so they can focus on what really matters, the human stuff that a machine can never, ever replicate.
But before we can get to where we're going, we've got to understand the frustrating reality that most agents are dealing with right now. This slide just nails the daily battle for agents, right? On one side, you've got the high-value work, the stuff they love, the reason they got into this business in the first place. But then there's the other side, the admin drag. It's this black hole of data entry, repetitive typing, and clunky CRM updates that just eats up hours every single day. That is the core problem. And just so we're all on the same page about the scale here, this isn't some small niche market. We are talking about a massive industry. Look at that number, $3.8 trillion in transaction volume, and that's just in the US alone. And that huge number leads to what you could call the real estate paradox. Think about it. You've got these multi-trillion-dollar deals being managed with workflows that feel like they're straight out of the 1980s. The disconnect is just huge. So, all of this inefficiency has basically rolled out the red carpet for a massive tech wave. The industry's pain point couldn't be clearer, and it looks like the solution is finally here. Okay, so you're probably thinking, wait, if it's such a big problem, why hasn't AI already fixed it? Well, it comes down to something called the adoption gap. There are two big hurdles. First, a lot of agents are just overwhelmed and don't know where to begin. And second, the tools they've been given so far, they're either too generic or they're just these AI features kind of slapped onto old, clunky systems. They don't actually solve the problem. And this is the key strategic shift that's coming. We're moving away from generic, one-size-fits-all tools. The future is about specialized, purpose-built AI that actually gets the unique language and workflow of real estate. That's where the industry is heading, and it's happening fast. You can really see this evolution playing out in 3 steps. First, we had general AI. Good for kicking around some ideas, but totally disconnected. Then came step 2, legacy systems with AI features bolted on, which honestly just made things more fragmented. But step 3, the future, that's AI-native platforms. These are systems built from the ground up with AI at their very core, designed to automate the whole process. Okay, so this is the absolute key takeaway. The winning platforms aren't going to be the ones that just add another workflow or give agents another dashboard to stare at. No, the winners will be the platforms that actually remove work. The whole point isn't to add features, it's to subtract tasks. All right, that all sounds pretty great in theory, but what does one of these AI native platforms actually look like in the real world? Let's make this concrete. We've got a great example here called MAIRA. Think of it less like a tool and more like an AI operating system, a dedicated assistant that was designed from day one just for real estate agents. So picture this. An agent is in their car driving between showings. They just hung up with a super excited client, so they pull out their phone and leave a quick, messy voice note. You know how it is. It's rambling, full of ums and uhs, just like a real person talking. And then, bam. This happens. In less than 3 seconds, that jumbled up voice note is transformed. The AI turns it into a perfectly structured, legally compliant purchase offer, ready to go. It pulled out all the key details, formatted them, no typing, no filling out forms, 0 friction. Incredible. And look, this kind of magic is only possible because everything is connected inside one smart system. It's not just about drafting offers. It's also matching clients to the right listings, syncing up schedules, handling all those client follow-ups. It can even take a super complex document and summarize it for you in plain English. And the effect? It's immediate, and it's a total game changer. We're seeing top producers like Andrew McGrath here saying they saved more than 10 hours in their first week. Think about that. That's an entire workday they got back. Time they can now spend on making money with their family, literally anything other than that soul-crushing admin work. So what's this all mean for an agent's career? Simple. It's about building a serious, lasting, competitive edge. Okay, and I want to be really clear about something. This is not a story about robots taking over agents' jobs. Not at all. It's about technology amplifying their unique human skills. It's about making them better, more strategic, more responsive, and actually more human.
So what you get is this new division of labor. The agent gets to focus on the stuff that only a human can do: strategy, building trust, guiding clients through emotional decisions. And their AI partner? It handles the rest, all the repetitive admin, pulling up data, managing schedules, and handling the paperwork. And this partnership creates a whole new elevated role for the agent. They become the AI-augmented advisor. You're no longer just an operator drowning in paperwork. You're a strategic guide who's smartly delegated all the busy work to your AI assistant. And here's the beautiful paradox of it all. By embracing the right tech, the smart, purpose-built stuff, agents actually get to be more human. They're finally freed from all those robotic tasks to do the work that, only a person can do. All right, so let's wrap this up. What's the bottom line? First, it's about time. We're talking 10+ hours every single week. That's time you get back in your life. Second, the timeline. And listen up, because this is important. This is not some distant sci-fi future. We're looking at a 3 to 5 year window before this becomes the new standard. It's going to be what's expected of any professional in the field. So that leaves us with one final critical question for you. This transformation, it isn't coming. It's already here. So the only real choice you have to make is, are you going to lead it, or are you going to be left behind?